Let's get some reaction from the Australian Jewish community now. And I'm joined from Melbourne by Colin Rubenstein, who's the Executive Director of the Australia and Israel Jewish Affairs Council. Good to talk to you again, Colin. You've followed every step along the path. You knew this Labor government was looking to get there. The announcement today, what's your reaction?
Look, talking to you from Sydney, Chris, the reaction is one of great disappointment. I think this is quite misguided, counterproductive, morally confused, and I think it's very bad, not just for those who want peace, for the Israelis, for the Gazans themselves. It's a bad look, as you've been pointing out, for Australia's national interests, and particularly our security and relationship with the United States in particular.
I want to know what you think the impact will be on the Australian Jewish community, which has been through hell over the past 22 months. There's been a lot of anti-Semitism, as we know, strong feelings that there hasn't been enough government action to crack down on that. They feel abandoned, and yet now this talk of recognising a Palestinian state that we all know doesn't exist in any shape or form at the moment. What's the reaction likely to be across the community?
Well, clearly, this is a reward for terrorism. I mean, this is a reward for Hamas. This is incentive for them to keep refusing the ceasefire offers, which Israel and most decent people want. It's clear, as Secretary Rubio pointed out the other day, when the French started talking about recognition of a Palestinian state, Hamas walked away from promising ceasefire talks only a few weeks ago, and that's the pattern that's going to continue. So our community, of course, is desperately upset that an imminent ceasefire to save the poor hostages that are still alive and frankly relieve the suffering of the Gazans, which is inflicted on them by Hamas, that's going to continue. Of course, you know, in a sense, Israel has been betrayed here by what the Australian government's done. Australia's national interest has been betrayed. And of course, what it risks is just fanning the flames of hostility, racism, and let's be frank, anti-Semitism, which we've seen explode over the last couple of years. So disappointment, but on the other hand, determination to plead our case in the interest of our community as Australians, in the interest of Australia. And we're not going away. We're resilient, and we'll stand up with our friends and the broader community to point out how wrong-headed and counterproductive this move by the government is. I mean, for the Prime Minister to actually just throw out of the window the sensible preconditions that he actually announced just over 10 days or so ago. I mean, that's incomprehensible that he would do that and trust on the commitments that after a state is set up from Mr. Abbas and whoever else is in charge, that, oh yes, they will implement those preconditions that he's given to reform the Palestinian Authority, to accept Israel in peace, in bilateral negotiations alongside Israel in future peace, that'll give up on incitement to hatred and all the rest. I mean, that really reflects undergraduate thinking and is very dangerous for us as Australia, but also is not good advice in terms of what's unfolding in the Middle East, Chris.
Indeed, it is naive at best. Thanks so much for joining us again, Colin. I appreciate it. Colin Rubenstein.